Hello again. So this is part 2 of the air resistance investigation. So hopefully you've had time to fill out your sheet about the variables and your predictions. You've had a little look at part 2 on the PowerPoint, and now what we're going to do is we are going to do the investigation and we're going to write down the results, and then hopefully you're going to do your conclusion as well. Okay? So what I've got here is I've got my stopwatch ready, and I have my parachutes, my peppers, my strings. So let's just see how this goes. So obviously we need to keep everything the same except the materials that we're using. Okay, so I'm going to drop it. So the person who's dropping it is going to be the same. I'm going to do it from the same height. And I've got my little Pepper. Now poor Pepper looks like she's been kidnapped. I had to sellotape her in. So there she is. So let's see how this goes. Right, so Pepper, hope you're ready. I'm just going to get this. It's going to go quite fast. So I'm going to do it from the same height each time. I hope this works. Let's go. Paper. Stop. So that was 163 seconds. 1 second 63. So what I'm going to do in my results, I'm going to write 163 there. 1.63 seconds. Okay, let's have a look at the plastic. If I just reset my clock. So I'll reset. Get my plastic, my Pepper. Okay, I am still here. So now I've got my plastic parachute, which is exactly the same size as well to make it a fair test. So it's exactly the same size as the paper. I'm going to start it at exactly the same height. But Pepper, hope you're ready. Bon voyage. Okay, so that was 1.82 seconds. So have a think, was that slower or was that faster? 1.82 seconds. So I put that in the plastic one. Okay, to make this an even fairer test, what you could do is you could do the drop 3 or 4 times and then you find the average time. But obviously you don't want to see me doing that because, you know, we've got better things to be doing. We need to move on with the lesson. But yeah, if you wanted to do it, if you were doing this at home or if you're doing it at school, you could do it 3 or 4 times and find the average time. And then our last one I have here. So we have, again, the only thing I'm changing is the material. I've got my cloth here. Let me just reset. Right, back to where I was. Okay, so start here. Start. Stop. There we go. 1.23. I started the clock too early the first time. 1.23. 1.23. So let's have a look at the results then. So the paper parachute was 1.63, the plastic was 1.82, and the cloth was 1.23. But we want the slowest one, so the time that took the longest. So which one of these materials took the longest? Okay, so it's actually the plastic parachute. So the Super Skydiving Company, they want the slowest, safest parachute. So have a think, when you're writing up your report, which I'm going to leave you to do, is it going to be the plastic, the paper, the plastic, or the cloth? Remember, we want the slowest one. And then you also need to talk about why. Okay, remember about air resistance. So the more air that the material that we've chosen catches, the more air it catches, it slows it down. So this plastic one, obviously because it's nice and thin, it can mold to the air. So this caught the most air. So it had the most air resistance, so it slowed down the parachute. Okay, so there we go. Maybe this plastic was too stiff. and it couldn't, you know, it couldn't get into the correct shape for the parachute. Okay, and maybe the cloth, it was a little bit more flexible, okay, but maybe the actual cloth itself was too thick. So have a think, have a discussion, see what you think. So there you go. You're going to write your results up now, so you can copy mine, or if you've done your own at home, see what you've got. And then I want you to write up your super skydiving report for the Super Skydiving Company and basically write your conclusion. So I hope you've had fun today, and I will see you tomorrow in the videos. Goodbye.